Hallo Leute und willkommen zu meinem Pixelwelt. And hey there, oh, go ahead. Today we're gonna do a world tour, essentially, of the world that I started a couple weeks ago. It's going to be my survival series on my channel. However, as to whether or not I will do this in the future is beyond me. It depends on the feedback of everyone who watches and the what do you call audience. My bad. But here is the castle that we will be working on. I started this world about a few weeks ago, and the village there I made, so it's kind of basic, but let's go to spawn first. I should have started over there, but kind of forgot. Over here I did start off with a village, and right here, this little rut, or whatever you want to call it, this is exactly where I spawned in. I made sure that I could see it. I really should put a obsidian tower there or something, because I want to make it known that's where I spawned in. Over here, I think it's just a single village. It's not abandoned. It's got little villagers in it. I do not do a whole lot of trading or anything, but in the future I might, so I'm going to probably poach them. And that is a new village. I created this world in 1.1460, I believe. Over there is a ravine that I kind of dug in. That's where I kind of got my beginnings. And then I decided to move from there. So we're just going to go over here. It's only like about 200 blocks away. I found this nice little island over here. That was kind of what I wanted. And the castle, I actually wanted to make this more or less a fortress. And looking at it from the air, it doesn't look too bad. I thought it was a little worse. Like, on the ground it looks worse. But as we go up there, it looks a little better. It's a little difficult to see where I'm flying around, but over here is this is like what the original villages look like, for those of you who may not know, although majority of people know, because I think they believe they just did away with this, like, probably 2017, 2018, I don't know, but it doesn't have much function to it or anything like that. Under this house, I'll show you guys later, there is a hole in it, basically a hole that goes straight down to bedrock. That's another portal. I didn't know really where to put it, so I might move it later, but I don't know a whole lot about the nether, to be honest. Like the portal mechanics, in order to, you know, link them up and stuff, but in the future I'll probably learn that as I build more highways and whatnot. So let's go into the castle here, the more proper introduction per se. This isn't done, obviously. It's kind of far from done. I do have a couple places to go up there, but for now, it's just going to be, this is going to be the next thing we're going to finish for sure. I do have a diamond beacon with strength 2, so it is the largest beacon, most capable, obviously. Just got some supplies here for finishing up the castle and running on cobblestone. I think I do have some more in my storage, though. And that's basically it for this island. I did have some sugarcane farms, but I decided to discontinue that for now. But I did get enough for the rockets I needed. So we'll head down to our base. This is the way up. This is the way down. If I get down there. Whatever. Hit that door. I put that pressure plate there in order to make it easier. This is Enchanting Station. These have XP bottles. These have lapis for enchanting. You guys know what that is. Just some extra stuff here that I stored that's kind of random. In the future, actually, I do have a place for this stuff. I'm going to put that up. And some extra stuff. You know, got a basic storage. You know, this is like my first storage system that I made here. It's not that big, but definitely could use some expansion, but I think I'm probably going to just create a different one. And we'll go over here to the extension that I've been working on lately. Just some little extra stuff in here, and just with those don't really have a whole lot in it, but this is where I'm going to be like my armory section. Here's the gold armor and stuff. Not much of it. Basically just from mobs. And this will be leather whenever I get it. Eden here. diamond. Not a whole lot, again, just as I get it. I probably won't have a whole lot, but I mean, I do have some in there that I failed to enchant properly. I got my protection for Unbreaking 3 stuff. That's the type of stuff I go for. Get that out of my hand. It's distracting. This is going to be the expansion, although I'm wondering if I should move on with this type of style or not. Because truthfully, I don't like how messy it is. It looks okay, but like it would be if it was kept this size. But I need more room, because you can't just have elytras in here and stuff. It's like, ugh, it just needs fixed. So that's the extent of that. That'll probably be what I'll work on after the castle. And this room too. This is kind of like the grand opening to the armory storage section. So go here, and we'll head to our essentially second base / project area. Don't have a whole lot going on over here. I basically just worked on it for a day, made a rail, so it's easier when I want to get to it. That'll be one thing I'll be working on first is infrastructure. This is basic infrastructure for the world to get around. I don't have much ice yet. And that's up. Oh, and down there, that was just some extra rooms. I'll show you on the way back down. But this is, got some basic supplies like iron, some iron that I used to build this, a bed for when I needed it, and there's a little lever out here. If you go through those doors, that's the only way out. So I think it's night now. I'm not gonna sleep here though, because I won't just spawn here. But there is a village there, over on the distance in the desert. I haven't done a whole lot with it. I think I did loot it, but that was it. And I explored a little, but over there, that's where we live. And this was meant to be a plane, but it's actually looks more like a shuttle. So, kind of a fail. I basically watched a movie or something about a crashing plane, and I decided I want to build that. And that's what I did. So that's the extent of that. Close that. That'll keep anyone from getting inside. Like, I try to build things with a mind of security, as in keep people from getting in it without my authority or whatever. Holy crap, that works. If you shift on that, you don't take damage. That's nice to know. Yeah, this is basically just a little kind of extension there. As I said, this world's only a couple weeks old, so not a whole lot to see. Our last stop will be at the Nether. I haven't done a whole lot there, just to show you guys that we got a fortress and stuff like that. I'll probably make some tunnels and stuff like that in the future. And if I probably should make a portal to go to that desert, so I don't have to go through the water. Or ports. One of those two. Or I'll make like an underground bridge, or not bridge, a tunnel or whatever. What do you call it? Railway? Subway? Something like that. So we get up here. And the strength is for defense, more or less, just to, in case people come in this world. I did change the multiplayer off because I don't want anyone here, but that's in case people come so I can slaughter them. And then we go to the Nether. Oh, I forgot to show you guys that. I'll show you. Go through the Nether here. The Nether is so depressing. I'm glad they're updating it soon. That's another thing. This is not in beta or anything, so there's no netherite yet. It's just the old terrain. I wanted some of the old terrain just to, you know, kind of fact that. Ooh, we have it. So we'll go up to here. And this is the fortress. I haven't made any farms or anything yet, but that's something I need to work on in the future is farms. Definitely another thing. And one thing I'm curious about is there's always spawning several wither skeletons for some reason. Hi guys, bye. And there was one, and none. So we'll go back to the overworld to show you guys that one thing I wanted to show you about the slime under the house. But that's the gist of the world. I'm gonna get some quartz for some upcoming projects, like the storage room, for example. But this is a little bit random. It's not scripted or anything, so first take, well, second actually. That's why it's taking a little long for so little. But I'm thinking about doing the one episode every week or something. But right now I'm also working on the Anarchy realm, so progress will be a little mold at time. So let's go back down here, because that's the only way to get there now, after I covered the house. Why is this trapdoor have to give me a hard time when I'm recording? So annoying. Alright, through here, I made a tunnel all the way to 0, which is a savanna, actually, which is kind of interesting. And if we are looking for mesa, which I will be looking for mesa soon, in case I need that kind of stuff, but I probably won't build with it for now. But this is basically the big hole under that building. Like I said, it goes down to bedrock. Underneath these is a little bit of bedrock, because bedrock goes to Wi-Fi, so that's why it looks a little jagged. But other than that, I think that's pretty much it. Oh, I did fight withers. It's like 300 blocks in that direction, which I do need to do again, because I did it on a different account, but I'm going to use this account for it, so it'd be, so that'll be the account I'm using, ZirZang, instead of my Unon96 account or anything like that. So that'll be my survival world account, so I can track my achievements and stuff better. If we go to our profile, head to the achievements. So yeah, only 3 hours. That's a total lie. If you look through my accounts, that's several hours. But that's something I wanted to keep track with the survival world, because I don't think it'll keep track of my time on the realm. But other than that, that's basically it for this video. I might do some stuff in the future. Depends on the feedback, though. Hope you enjoyed, and